Hello, dear Pisces. My name is Buddhism Trail, and I am here to guide you through the celestial journey that awaits you in 2025. This forecast is designed to give you insights into the year ahead, whether you're looking at it through the lens of your sun sign in Pisces or your rising sign in Pisces. Together we will explore the major themes and trends that will shape your life this year. Let's dive right in. To start, let's take a look at the planetary movements for 2025. The year begins with an interesting clustering of planets in specific sectors of your chart, hinting at where your focus and energy will likely be concentrated. These celestial alignments will influence various aspects of your life, and I'll guide you through the key moments so you know what to anticipate. Keep these dates handy, as they'll serve as valuable reference points when navigating the year ahead. As we step into 2025, we encounter a dynamic Mars retrograde, a significant event that begins in late December 2024 and continues through the first 4 months of the year. Mars will move through your 6th house of work and health before transitioning into your 5th house of creativity, children, and personal joy. This retrograde may stir up challenges in these areas, but it also offers opportunities for growth and resilience. In your 6th house, Mars retrograde can bring heightened tensions in your workplace. You might find yourself facing conflicts with co-workers or dealing with challenges related to your job responsibilities. If you've been feeling on edge or sensing a combative atmosphere, take a step back and approach these situations with caution. This transit may even prompt you to reconsider your professional path or let go of a toxic work environment. While the road may feel bumpy, it's also a chance to redefine what truly matters to you in your career. Health-wise, Mars's retrograde energy calls for extra care. This is a time to listen to your body, avoid overexertion, and be mindful of inflammations or minor accidents. If you've already noticed health concerns cropping up in late 2024, don't worry, relief is on the horizon. By early January, Mars will retrograde into your 5th house, easing some of the tension in your health sector. As Mars transitions into your 5th house, the focus shifts to personal joy, hobbies, and self-expression. You might revisit old creative projects or reassess your relationship with joy and pleasure. If you're a parent, this transit could also bring challenges or breakthroughs in your relationships with children. Lean into your intuition, Pisces. It's your superpower, and it will guide you through this reflective period. Remember, Mars retrogrades aren't here to discourage you. They're here to slow things down so you can carefully evaluate what truly aligns with your life's purpose. This opening chapter of 2025 sets the stage for powerful growth, helping you step into the year with clarity and intention. At the start of January, and for the first 4 months of 2025, Mars will retrograde back into your 5th house, the area of your chart that governs children, creativity, and joy. In astrology, the 5th house often highlights themes connected to children, and during this time you might find that matters related to your children take center stage. If you are a parent, this could be a period where you encounter challenges or conflicts with your children. These tensions might unfold as a sequence of events that require your patience and understanding. Remember, retrogrades often ask us to slow down, reflect, and approach matters with care. Beyond children, the 5th house also rules sex, romance, and self-expression. Mars retrograde in this area might create moments of tension in romantic partnerships, where conversations could turn heated or conflicts arise more frequently. You might feel that things aren't flowing as smoothly as usual. For some, this could even lead to temporary separations or periods of emotional distance. It's essential to approach sensitive issues with a thoughtful and calm demeanor during this time. However, Mars retrogrades don't always spell trouble. They also offer opportunities for reflection and growth. For some Pisces, this could be a constructive period where you revisit past creative projects, rekindle hobbies, or reconnect with someone from your past who has a meaningful role in your life. You might find that a creative idea you once set aside now resurfaces with newfound relevance, or that past themes in your life require closure or a fresh perspective. The good news is that by June, the energy shifts dramatically in your favor. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and good fortune, will move into Cancer and your fifth house. Following Mars's exit, Jupiter's presence here brings blessings and opportunities to the very areas that Mars may have stirred earlier in the year. For the second half of 2025 and into the first half of 2026, Jupiter will help restore harmony and growth in matters related to the fifth house. This could be a time of joy and success in your relationship with your children. For some, this might even be the year you welcome a child into your life, while others might celebrate the achievements or milestones of their children. It's a period where pride and happiness can shine brightly in this area. Jupiter's influence also makes this an excellent time to explore hobbies, creative pursuits, and leisurely activities that bring joy into your life. The fifth house encourages play and pleasure, so allow yourself to indulge in what makes your heart sing. Whether you're picking up a paintbrush, writing, dancing, or simply spending time with loved ones, Jupiter will amplify your sense of fulfillment. As you move through the second half of the year, you'll likely feel a renewed sense of optimism and balance, making 2025 a year to embrace joy and expansion, even after some initial challenges. This year, there's a remarkable amount of celestial activity happening in your financial sector, Pisces, making money, possessions, and resources significant themes in your life for 2025. The first indicator of this is the final eclipse in Aries, which will complete a sequence of eclipses that have been reshaping your financial landscape since the fall of 2023. These eclipses have alternated between your second house of personal finances and your eighth house of shared resources, sparking significant beginnings and endings in how you manage, earn, and share money. This sequence reaches its culmination in March and April during one last Aries eclipse. Eclipses often act as turning points, and this final one signals the completion of a chapter and the opening of a new one in your financial story. You may see a major financial decision, shift, or opportunity arise at this time, offering you a chance to start fresh in this area of your life. Adding to this dynamic, both Saturn and Neptune will move into your second house this year, marking the beginning of a significant long-term cycle for your finances. Saturn's presence in your second house, starting mid-2025 and lasting for 3 years, asks for discipline and realism in managing money. This transit can sometimes feel restrictive or challenging, as Saturn often highlights areas where restructuring is needed. You might encounter financial delays or need to tighten your budget, but these challenges are designed to help you build a stronger, more sustainable foundation for your financial future. While this can feel heavy at times, the rewards of Saturn come through persistence and effort, allowing you to emerge more resilient and financially secure in the long run. At the same time, Neptune will also begin its journey through your second house, introducing a more nebulous energy to this area of your life. Neptune brings ideals and dreams, but can also blur boundaries and create confusion. With Neptune here, you might develop lofty or idealistic visions about money and possessions, which could make it harder to maintain clarity about your financial reality. It's essential to remain grounded and practical, especially as Neptune's influence will last for the next decade, encouraging you to balance your dreams with real-world financial strategies. The simultaneous presence of Saturn and Neptune in your financial sector creates an interesting tension. Saturn pulls you toward pragmatism, structure, and realism, while Neptune urges you to dream big and trust your intuition. This interplay may feel confusing at times as you navigate between the practical and the ideal. However, it's also an opportunity to create a balanced approach to finances, combining the discipline of Saturn with the inspiration of Neptune. As you move through this year, take time to review your financial goals and practices. The eclipses will bring clarity about what needs to change, while Saturn and Neptune encourage you to develop a deeper, more intentional relationship with your resources. By finding harmony between these energies, You can turn this year's challenges into a transformative period of growth and abundance. This transit becomes particularly important in June and July, as Saturn and Neptune come within a degree of each other. During this time, you will be challenged to find balance between their contrasting energies. Saturn will encourage you to build structure and focus on discipline, while Neptune will dissolve boundaries and inspire you to dream. You may feel pulled between these extremes, and the key will be integrating Saturn's pragmatism with Neptune's idealism. This period offers you a unique opportunity to reimagine your financial outlook while creating a solid foundation for the future. I would emphasize that Saturn and Neptune in close conjunction often mark a transformative time when creative visions can be turned into tangible reality, but only if you stay grounded. Boundaries, especially around finances and possessions, may become a central theme during the summer of 2025. If there are unclear financial arrangements or shared resources, this is the moment to address them. Saturn will demand accountability, while Neptune might cloud the situation, making it all the more important to clarify your intentions. Adding another layer to this time is a Venus retrograde transit, which begins in your second house of finances around the spring eclipse. Venus retrograde is often a time to revisit, reassess, and refine issues related to the house it's moving through. For you, this could mean reflecting on financial decisions or reconnecting with someone from the past who has a meaningful impact on your financial life. This is a valuable time to rethink your relationship with money, as well as how you value yourself and the contributions you make to the world. If you have a night chart, Venus retrograde in the second house could bring positive surprises, such as a financial boost or an unexpected opportunity. This is particularly likely during March and April, as Venus's retrograde journey overlaps with the Aries-Pisces retrograde period. However, as Venus moves backward into your first house of self, body, and appearance, the focus will shift inward. Retrogrades are excellent opportunities for self-improvement, and in this case, Venus will encourage you to reimagine how you present yourself to the world. One of the most straightforward outcomes of Venus retrograde in the first house is a change in your appearance or style. You might feel inspired to make a noticeable shift, perhaps a new hairstyle, wardrobe, or approach to self-care that feels deeply personal and reflective of who you are becoming. This period also invites you to prioritize your physical vitality and well-being, inspiring changes that enhance your overall energy and confidence. I would suggest that this year is a profound opportunity for growth, where you'll be redefining both your material and personal values, with Saturn, Neptune, and Venus all activating these areas. The balance you achieve between practicality and inspiration will shape your future path in powerful ways. Trust that the challenges you face will lead to renewal, and by the end of the year, you'll find yourself on firmer ground with a stronger sense of who you are and what you value. When Venus begins its retrograde in your first house, it marks a meaningful period for self-reflection and transformation. This is a time when the universe nudges you to reevaluate your personal identity and your relationship with the world around you. You might find yourself reconsidering how you present yourself, how you feel about your appearance, and most importantly, how much value you place on your own needs and goals. Venus retrograde in the first house often serves as a gentle reminder to practice self-love and refine your sense of purpose. Interestingly, this retrograde coincides with Saturn's departure from your first house, a major astrological shift that will bring relief from the challenges you faced over the past 2 years. Saturn has likely tested your resilience, particularly in areas like health, self-discipline, and self-perception. Perhaps you felt the weight of responsibilities or underwent changes related to your appearance or energy levels. However, as Saturn prepares to move on, Venus retrograde steps in as a cosmic balm, helping you address any lingering doubts or insecurities. This timing is particularly magical. Venus retrograde happening as Saturn exits feels like the universe is granting you an opportunity to realign with a more authentic version of yourself. The heaviness of Saturn's influence is beginning to lift, and you'll feel like you're stepping into the light after a long journey through the shadows. Saturn's departure will feel like setting down a burden, allowing you to move forward with renewed confidence and clarity. At the same time, the eclipses are shifting from your financial axis, the 2nd and 8th houses, to your personal axis, the 1st and 7th houses, marking a significant turning point. Eclipses, as I often say, are the universe's way of realigning us with our destiny. This shift represents a change in focus from material concerns to themes of identity and relationships. The first eclipse in this series occurred in September 2024 in Pisces, likely bringing challenges due to Saturn's simultaneous influence. However, this was just the beginning of a 2-year cycle that will bring profound transformations in how you see yourself and connect with others. Eclipses in the 1st and 7th houses often usher in pivotal events. The 1st house governs individuality, aspirations, and personal growth, while the 7th house focuses on relationships, marriage, and one-on-one connections. During this time, you might feel pulled between dedicating energy to your personal goals and attending to the needs of others. This dynamic teaches balance, encouraging you to honor your own needs without neglecting the importance of your close relationships. It's not uncommon for this eclipse cycle to bring significant changes in your relationship status. For some, it might signify the end of a chapter with a partner, while for others, it could introduce a meaningful new connection. In some cases, both may occur a farewell to an old dynamic and the welcoming of a fresh start. These shifts are not meant to unsettle you, but to help you align with your true path. This transformative cycle will last until early 2027, giving you ample time to navigate these changes and embrace their lessons. By the end of this period, you'll likely emerge with a clearer sense of self and a deeper understanding of what you want from your relationships. I believe that while eclipses can feel intense, they are ultimately a gift, a chance to grow, evolve, and step into a future that aligns with your highest potential. So, as you move through this period, take time to reflect on your journey. Which aspects of yourself need nurturing? Which relationships deserve more attention, or perhaps gentle release? The universe is clearing the way for you to flourish, both as an individual and within the partnerships that bring you joy and meaning. Trust the process. Your brightest days are still ahead. When Venus begins its retrograde in your 1st house, it marks a meaningful period for self-reflection and transformation. This is a time when the universe nudges you to reevaluate your personal identity and your relationship with the world around you. You might find yourself reconsidering how you present yourself, how you feel about your appearance, and most importantly, how much value you place on your own needs and goals. Venus retrograde in the 1st house often serves as a gentle reminder to practice self-love and refine your sense of purpose. Interestingly, this retrograde coincides with Saturn's departure from your 1st house, a major astrological shift that will bring relief from the challenges you faced over the past 2 years. Saturn has likely tested your resilience, particularly in areas like health, self-discipline, and self-perception. Perhaps you felt the weight of responsibilities or undergone changes related to your appearance or energy levels. However, as Saturn prepares to move on, Venus retrograde steps in as a cosmic balm, helping you address any lingering doubts or insecurities. This timing is particularly magical. Venus retrograde, happening as Saturn exits, feels like the universe is granting you an opportunity to realign with a more authentic version of yourself. The heaviness of Saturn's influence is beginning to lift, and you'll feel like you're stepping into the light after a long journey through the shadows. Saturn's departure will feel like setting down a burden, allowing you to move forward with renewed confidence and clarity. At the same time, the eclipses are shifting from your financial axis, the 2nd and 8th houses, to your personal axis, the 1st and 7th houses, marking a significant turning point. Eclipses, as I often say, are the universe's way of realigning us with our destiny. This shift represents a change in focus from material concerns to themes of identity and relationships. The first eclipse in this series occurred in September 2024 in Pisces, likely bringing challenges due to Saturn's simultaneous influence. However, this was just the beginning of a 2-year cycle that will bring profound transformations in how you see yourself and connect with others. Eclipses in the 1st and 7th houses often usher in pivotal events. The 1st house governs individuality, aspirations, and personal growth, while the 7th house focuses on relationships, marriage, and one-on-one connections. During this time, you might feel pulled between dedicating energy to your personal goals and attending to the needs of others. This dynamic teaches balance, encouraging you to honor your own needs without neglecting the importance of your close relationships. It's not uncommon for this eclipse cycle to bring significant changes in your relationship status. For some, it might signify the end of a chapter with a partner, while for others, it could introduce a meaningful new connection. In some cases, both may occur: a farewell to an old dynamic and the welcoming of a fresh start. These shifts are not meant to unsettle you, but to help you align with your true path. This transformative cycle will last until early 2027, giving you ample time to navigate these changes and embrace their lessons. By the end of this period, you'll likely emerge with a clearer sense of self and a deeper understanding of what you want from your relationships. I believe that while eclipses can feel intense, they are ultimately a gift, a chance to grow, evolve, and step into a future that aligns with your highest potential. So, as you move through this period, take time to reflect on your journey. Which aspects of yourself need nurturing? Which relationships deserve more attention, or perhaps gentle release? The universe is clearing the way for you to flourish, both as an individual and within the partnerships that bring you joy and meaning. Trust the process. Your brightest days are still ahead. During this period, you might find a new relationship entering your life. It's natural to place emphasis on this connection, but one of the challenges to watch for is maintaining balance. Sometimes an intense focus on a relationship can inadvertently sideline your own needs, leading to an imbalance. This dynamic is especially relevant as the eclipse series begins to gain momentum. While it starts in the spring, it will fully take shape by September 2025. When the first set of eclipses in Pisces and Virgo occurs simultaneously, this period will likely highlight the tension between your sense of self-first house and your relationship 7th house, bringing these themes to the forefront of your life. By the end of this eclipse cycle, however, you'll likely emerge with a deeper understanding of how to balance your personal needs with the demands of your relationships. This transformative period will help you integrate lessons about self-care, mental and physical well-being, and the energy you devote to others. You'll find a way to harmonize these areas, resulting in a more balanced and fulfilling approach to both your personal and relational life. Moving on to another major astrological shift for 2025, Uranus, the planet of sudden change, innovation, and freedom, will transition into your 4th house of home, family, and living situation starting in July. This is a significant transit as Uranus will remain in this house for the next 7 years, reshaping these areas of your life well into the next decade. The latter half of 2025 will serve as a preview of what's to come. Uranus brings an unpredictable energy, often causing disruptions or breakthroughs. In your 4th house, it could manifest as unexpected changes in your living situation or home environment. You may find yourself facing shifts that come on quickly, potentially leading to a living situation vastly different from what you've experienced before. This doesn't inherently mean the changes will be good or bad. It simply means they will be new, unconventional, or liberating, For instance, you might feel a sudden urge to break free from restrictions that have previously tied you down. Perhaps you'll relocate to a place you've always dreamed of living, or you might decide to radically change your living arrangements to better suit your evolving needs. While these shifts may feel erratic or unsettling at times, they often come with a sense of liberation. The freedom to redefine your home life in a way that feels authentic to you can ultimately be exhilarating, even if the process requires adjustment. In addition to changes in your physical home, Uranus in the fourth house can also influence your relationships with family members, particularly parents. You may find these relationships evolving in unexpected ways, which could lead to greater independence or a re-evaluation of familial dynamics. These changes, while unpredictable, have the potential to help you establish a more authentic connection to your family and home life. As Uranus settles into this area of your chart, its influence will encourage you to embrace change and seek greater freedom in your personal life. While the path may be marked by surprises, the ultimate goal is to align your home and family environment with your true self. This transit offers an opportunity to let go of outdated patterns, break free from constraints, and create a living situation that reflects who you are becoming. With Uranus moving through your fourth house, unexpected changes in your family dynamics, particularly with your parents, may come to the forefront. You might notice that your parents start acting unpredictably or express a sudden need for freedom, pursuing new goals or engaging in activities that align with their personal growth from your perspective. This behavior might seem unsettling or out of character, but it's important to recognize that they too are navigating their own transits. This is a period where giving them the space to explore these feelings of freedom and authenticity can be beneficial, even if it temporarily alters your relationship with them. At times, these changes might not only stem from your parents, but could also emerge from within you. You might find yourself feeling more rebellious or questioning long-held dynamics in your relationship with them. This can create periods of distance or shifts in how you engage with family members. However, this process of redefinition is often necessary. It allows both parties to establish new boundaries and to pursue their own paths toward greater authenticity and freedom. While the transit may feel tumultuous initially, it typically resolves into a more settled, balanced dynamic once these new boundaries and understandings are established. This energy is not limited to relationships with family, but extends to your overall home environment. Uranus in the fourth house often symbolizes a push for change in your living situation, whether it's a physical move, renovations, or a transformation in how you perceive home. These shifts can be both exciting and liberating, opening the door to living arrangements that better reflect your evolving needs and individuality. The second half of 2025 will offer a preview of these themes as Uranus briefly moves into Gemini and your fourth house. This temporary transit will introduce some of the changes and revolutionary shifts tied to home and family dynamics. However, in 2026, Uranus will retrograde back into Taurus and your third house of communication for a time before fully committing to Gemini and the fourth house. This back and forth motion will allow you to revisit and refine the lessons of this transit, preparing you for the more lasting changes Uranus will bring to your fourth house over the coming years. The preview in 2025 is an excellent opportunity to observe the initial stirrings of these energies. Pay attention to shifts in your home life and your family relationships, as they will offer insights into how this longer Uranus transit will unfold. It's a chance to begin embracing the liberation and innovation this planet brings, even as it challenges you to rethink established norms. That wraps up the forecast for now. Thank you for joining, and I look forward to exploring the next chapter with you in our upcoming reading. Stay open to the changes ahead, as they carry the potential for profound growth and alignment with your authentic self.